Yes, Jah people, this is Michael Shamai representing. I will say, hear the lion voice, saying it is time for the lions and the lionesses to tell their own story. King David killed Goliath with a stone, we original dread.
The fittest of the fittest shall survive. My people, open your eyes. Wake up. Blessed love, this is Queen Omega representing for all lions and lionesses. With the lion's voice, we come to tell our story. Ras Tafari, live it. Hey, the lion's voice, Ras Tafari.
Yeah, man. Greetings, Ras Tafari, Hail Emperor the King Selassie the First, the Perfect Balance Empress Menin. This is first man from Rastafari Indigenous Village, recognizing, accepting, promoting lion voice. Yes, the voice of Rastafari, speaking about Rastafari, educating Rastafari, preserving, protecting Rastafari. Give thanks.
Aye.
Amina, the time has come for the lioness to tell our own story. No surrender, no retreat, we are Jaja soldier. Rougher than the streets, tougher than a boulder. Bigging up Land's voice. Now put it, I Jalifa said that.
Yeah, David Dread of Phillpotts, and I'm saying hail to the lion voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here, hear me now. Oh, yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
Lion voice. Well, lion voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion voice. Well, from to us a son was born and a child was given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. And his name shall be called the Wonderful Counselor, Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Them call him Ras Tafari. When he was born, rain fall from the sky. Them call him Ras Tafari. When he was grown in airplanes he fly. They call him Ras Tafari. Lion break the chain, beat not, don't cry. Them call him Ras Tafari. Read the Revelation chapter 5 verse 5. Then born near the city of Harar, the inspiration for Bob Marley's guitar. People crowd him like some big superstar. It no matter if England or Cote d'Ivoire, no matter if you're brown or black like Qatar. Haile Selassie say fi end all tribal war. A time fi gather Mount Zion, fi drive solar car from the car straight to Zanzibar. Who we are, the sons of Ras Tafari. When he was born, rain fall from the sky.
The year is 1892, and the land of Ethiopia has been experiencing 4 years of terrible famine and drought. They call it the Kikuken, or the evil days. At least 1/3 of the human population and 90% of the cattle have died. The hyenas have feasted on so many carcasses that they have become overweight and barely able to move. Just when the people could take no more of the evil days, a woman named Wasiro Yeshimabe is giving birth in a place called Erjersa Gora. This is her 9th attempt to bring forth new life. Her previous 8 attempts only resulted in death. Will this child live? Thankfully, a healthy baby boy is born. His first cries are drowned by thunder and lightning flashes across the night sky. The heavens open up and torrential rain starts to fall. Ethiopia's drought is over, and the baby boy is given the name Tafari, meaning one to be feared or respected. Ras Tafari's father, Ras Makonnen, is a very important man in 1892 Ethiopia. Although he is overjoyed at the birth of his newborn son, he cannot spend much time with him. Ras McCunnan is the governor of Harar and must get back to the famous walled city to deal with its affairs. Furthermore, he is the foreign minister of Ethiopia, and having traveled to different places in Europe, he is very aware of the material and military advances they have made and the looming threats they pose to his country. Ras McCunnan knows that the majority of Ethiopians have no idea what is coming, and that he has to work that much harder to secure the realm. Ras Tafari would grow up to become the legendary emperor, Haile Selassie I. To understand his journey, we must first understand the Ethiopia that he was inheriting, and what it was like when he was born in 1892. Get your copy of Kwesi Bansu's book, Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1, The Rise of the Priestly Warrior Kings, and increase your knowledge about the history, politics, and culture of Ethiopia in 1892, and how it connects to the rest of African and world history at the time. Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1 is available for purchase at www.bookmanexpress.pub. Please visit for more information.
Break the chain, beat not don't. Greetings in that divine name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, glory and honor in the name of his chosen queen, Empress Menen. My name is Kwesi Bansu, aka the Chazmatch Kwesi, aka Ras Kwesi, aka the Reading Ras, aka the Pan-African Happy Man, creative industry attorney. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an actionist, and right now I am the host of Lion Talk Live. Welcome to Lion Talk Live, and welcome to the Lion Voice Network, where the lions are telling our own story. We are controlling our own narrative. This is Rastafari-centric TV. This is Rastafari independent, non-aligned media. This is for the Rastafari Pan-African audience. And I have to big up all of our growing Lion Pride. We are growing family at a rate, you know what I mean? I have to give thanks. I was planning a big 5,000 subscriber show, and right now by next Wednesday, we're already past 5,000 at the current rate of growth. So I have to just give a small, you know what I mean, special. We're going to be launching a new logo for the family shortly for the Lion Voice Network, courtesy of one of our guests today. We circulate the Rastafari dollar and the Rastafari economy. Our power as a community has not been tapped, and this platform, this is what we are about. And one of the topics that we're going to touch tonight with our panel of esteemed Rastafari from a cross-section of the Livity. This one is special, family. I really feel humbled to be able to have curated a panel of this power. This one will be talked about, I know, for years to come. Before we get into the panel, we have to do some housekeeping. We are now at 14 Lion Pride in the Patreon. I want to just break down the Lion Pride for the family. If you subscribe, you're part of the Lion Pride. Right now, the Lion Pride is growing massively in Kenya. We had our comment of the strong. Last strong was a sister from Kenya. She just posted the Kenyan flag for make me know say Kenya lucky in. So big up Nairobi, you know what I mean? Jamaica number two. I can't even say number two fire because we know how that go. Jamaica is the second in terms of the analytics. You can hear the joy. We'll have some joy tonight. So I want the Lion Pride get actionable, you know what I mean? And we break down the Lion Pride. We have the Lion Pride, then we have the Action Lion Pride. If you comment on a post, you like, you share, you're part of the Action Lion Pride. And we need that. If you're part of the Lion Pride on Patreon, you're part of the economic engine of the platform. The only way we stay independent in the content creation is through crowd funding, because once you start go sponsorship, when that sponsor check get removed, you know what I mean? So you're going to do whatever you can to please that sponsor, because you have staff, you have all these considerations, and you're locked in. If you have a wide audience, His Majesty would say collective security, then you can be truly independent. And that's the business model that we're using. So we're asking all of our growing Lion Pride to consider becoming a part of the economic engine. We want to scale this. We want to expand documentaries, blockbuster film, animation, as you can see in the beginning, you know, storytelling from a Rastafari worldview. That is the vision, and together we'll achieve it. Not just I, but together we will show this earth the power that we all know exists within our heavens. It's time for manifestation. So join the Lion Pride on Patreon. Then the next section of the Lion Pride ecosystem is the Watch and Peep Lion Pride. You have those that watch, they don't comment. And then you have those that peep. You know what I mean? Everybody starts as a watcher. You know, that's another name for the angels, messengers, the watchers, if you read the book of Enoch. So they're an important part. You start there and then you move to the Action Lion Pride. You know, you find out if the brethren is talking sense or what am I do. Then you move to the Action Lion Pride. The peepers are those people that are just coming for controversy or to see when you pop down. And they are an important part of the ecosystem as well. Jamaica people would call them bad mind. You know what I mean? The bad mind people, you know what I mean? They're part of your ecosystem too. You just have to make sure that they don't infest your ecosystem to the extent where that's all you're catering to and then lower the frequency of what you're doing. We're looking at the creative machine as an ecosystem. I'll be talking more about the ecosystem model. That's something we're going to be championing in this new year. We have to get our economic base together, family, and we're going to talk about that tonight too. So I just want to big up the Lion Pride. We're nearing 5,000. We're racing toward 5,000. The email list is growing. All of the metrics, them are looking beautiful, and I just want to have an attitude of gratitude. We had the vision, we're following through, and I just want to say give thanks to everyone around the world. We have Lion Pride in Reunion Island. That's off of the coast of Madagascar. You know what I mean? The things that we can do. We had our first comment from Uganda. You know, Uganda Lion Pride checking in. It's a humbling when you can curate the like minds together. So big up whole Lion Pride family. I have to big up Ras Ramia King Design. You know, we always sip up from the Ramia King Design tumblers. Then big up Ras CMAS Life, we have the founder on the panel, the guest panel. So we'll ask him about that. Another one of our sponsors. All Rastafari businesses, we are creating and curating our own Rastafari ecosystem, self-reliance, Marcus Garvey. That's where it started. And that's what we're building here at the Lion Voice Network. So we give thanks. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the Lion Voice. All right. Housekeeping out of the way. We have to do that to make the thing sustainable. So we give thanks for the item patience. But now we get into what is, I think, going to be one of our greatest episodes. We are here with the sons and the daughters of the elders of the Rastafari movement. You know, some of the legendary names, some of the pillars in our community, whose offspring have treaded within the levity, doing works to different degrees, and we're gonna just reason. We want to have a really touchable reasoning tonight, a transparent reasoning, an honest reasoning. And the reason this comes on Iman Heart is I'm seeing too many second generation youths leaving the levity. I mean? They're going off and they're doing the things that you would see, so to speak, youths them that out there in the world are do, and kind of renouncing the Rastafari levity. There's a lot of that going on. We have a low retention level. I'm going to gatherings. I don't see no youths in the gathering. It's an elder. I came up with the elders are very comfortable in them settings there, but I remember when I was chatting up, youths were plenty. I mean? We had so many peers. We're not seeing that as much at the gatherings. What is happening? We're going to talk about that today. So, Lion Pride, Round Creation, help I to give a warm welcome to our esteemed panel of guests. Guests forward from the ends of the earth, make we reason, give thanks. I'm going to ask I guests to introduce themselves. We're going to start with the youngest member of the panel out of Kingston, Jamaica. Sister Tiana, please introduce yourself.
Greetings, Jap people. Everyone can hear, right?
Yes, I.
Awesome. I'm Tiana Newsom, the project coordinator for Empress Circle and a member of Lifeyard. I'm also a brand owner for Love and Light Jamaica, right? Our mission is to spread Jamaican culture, Rastafari culture, people wearing their heritage, their belief, and so on. I am a young empress within the Rastafari community. It has been a great journey since I have made that, commitment and that responsibility to be grounded within this space and, continuing with peace, love, and light throughout this whole journey. It has been awesome. Really, really proud and, appreciative to be within this space here to learn from the item just as much as sharing my experience.
Give thanks. We're honored by the presence. Ras Negus, the can unmute and introduce thyself, and also where the them base as well. Let the ones know where the them base.
In Kingston, Jamaica.
All right, give thanks. What part of Kingston for the Jamaicans? Them nosy.
Within Crossroads and Upper Tree side.
Give thanks. All right, Ras Negus.
Tena you still in. Welcome at this summit. Yeah, greetings. Happy New Year. It's the Ethiopian New Year. So give thanks to the moment in time. Give thanks to the gathering, royal gathering. Give thanks to each and everyone who make it possible this day. Jacquezie, Zajai. And give thanks. Welcome one and all. Well, my name is Ras Negosai, known to the world as Harry Joseph. Is a name. Iman is called by my father's name. Harry Joseph, the juice boss, the legendary juice boss, who have the bragging rights to have the first juice bar on planet Earth, arguably. But yeah, seeing, I am also a member of the 12th tribe of Israel, born and raised, but also a crown prophet in the Bobo Shanti. Enough people ask me how I do that, but I was crowned in Ethiopia by the honorable priest Paul and the honorable priest Isaiah. See, so I own the brand called Harry Joseph Juices, and I function out of the UK. We deliver across the UK to all the shops and takeaways and them fullness there. So I am also a member of the Next Generation Global TTI, and also a member of the steering committee, and I am here to represent the movements globally. Rastafari, give thanks.
Sister Ishiwawa, please, and can we have everyone just mute your mic while you're not speaking? Just mute your mic so we can hear everyone clear, and then when you're ready to reason, it's unmute. We're not Russian. We're not Russians. We are Ethiopian. You understand?
Yeah, I'm right,
Yeah, well, we are bubble the sip and make it nice. Sister Ishiwawa.
Greetings.
Yeah.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings. I'm Ishiwawa Hope. I'm Rastafari is my life, my liberty, my existence, my being. I am based in Kingston. I live in Golden Spring, Kingston, Jamaica. I um I am a founder, one of the founder of the Rastafari Youth Initiative Council, and I work in a government job. I have a senior position. I work with the Social Development Commission, which has a mandate for community development. And I've been there for, this is my 20th year at the Social Development Commission. I guess persons want to know the number one thing, right? Cause
Yes, you have to let them know. It be, shiny.
so I am the proud daughter of Sister Yvonne and Mutabaruka, and I must give thanks for my life that my parents have given to me in the Rastafari way of life. Because, as I said before, it is my existence, and everything in my life is shaped by my Rastafari liberty and my Rastafari innate in myself, my existence, my being. So I'm looking forward to the reasoning and sharing as we discuss Rastafari. And all my children are Rastafari. I have three children. My eldest child is 27 and he's a Rastafari. And my youngest child is 13, Rastafari as well. And my daughter, I have two sons and a daughter, two adult children and one younger one. So I'm just looking forward to sharing the ones and learning from everyone as well.
Mighty, mighty. Jalifa, yes, an
That's
alumni of the channel. Your video was one of our, high performing videos. I really give thanks for that reason. And if you haven't seen the Jalifa reasoning on the platform, please go and watch it. Jalifa, introduce yourself.
Give thanks. Blessed love. My name is Princess Califana Taki Alexis, aka Jalifa. I'm a multi-genre artist. I'm a musician, a videographer, a photographer, and I'm also a member of the Bobo Shanti House, Trinidad and Tobago House of Judah. That's the far I give thanks. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here amongst all royal offspring of His Imperial Majesty, Holy Emmanuel King Selassie Jah, Rastafari.
Yes, give thanks, give thanks. This is one of our rising, shining stars. We're going to hear her perspective and the legacy she comes out of. A lot of I and I here are based out of Jamaica, but Trinidad, in terms of the Caribbean, probably have the second largest Rastafari community, and they're holding it, and they have
Yes,
something to say. And this platform, we have a lot of ones from Trinidad because we want to really shine the light that Trinidad them are treading. All right, Ras Wolde, please introduce yourself.
Greetings, everyone. Viewers, panelists. We say give thanks for the moment. We also say welcome at this summit. Aye. And yes, I am Wolde Israel Phillpotts, of the tribe of Joseph, born and raised a member of the 12 tribes of Israel, from parents stalwarts within the community, as even Rasa Kwazi shared. Yes, brother Carl Naphtali and sister Valerie Simeon, who are also repatriates. Have a school that we all support and run over in Ethiopia. and also have house and land and been on the land hosting others for many years. I myself, I am um, a 15-year educator, former dean of students, 30-year promoter of events, concerts and festivals, reggae. We call them red, gold, and green. With a message, and functioning a lot of roles that I would share, because I am also an entrepreneur, and then more recently a agropreneur, in investing in land and farms and so forth. Right? I am the founder of CMOS Life, which is a CMOS based beverage company. Um, so we're literally placing CMOS on the shelves of the major supermarkets and stores here. So working on that venture, convener of the next generation global. We're then myself and Ras Negus. We are founding members of that, because I wouldn't say I found, an initiative. More so, we were inspired and worked together as brothers and sisters towards fulfilling that needed initiative, which is reaching out to the second and the third and the fourth generation youths, first of the 12 tribes of Israel, and then of Rastafari, to tap into the resource that we have, which is the people, because all of us were um, trained and groomed to study to show ourselves approved, and we are all now professionals, having our skill sets and families and so forth, that we are here and ready to put our skills towards building the nation the way that the nation's supposed to grow, which is a Rastafari nation. So I can also go on and on. So I'm going to stop right here.
Yes,
Judge
yes.
Mascozy,
We're bubbling
and
the
let
sip.
the
We're
I take it
bubbling the
from
sip.
there.
It's
Give
bubbling
thanks to the
nice.
moment,
We're gonna
Rastafari.
add some spice now. We're gonna add some spice. The first question, we're gonna jump straight into the topic, but the first question is, when did the item become Rastafari? Now, it might sound strange, but being born into a Rastafari family, you still have to accept the divinity of His Imperial Majesty Empress Menen for yourself. I always say, you can't convert someone to Rastafari, because it really, in the mainstream, is something so preposterous. You know what I mean? You really have to internally have that call and accept the knowledge. So when for yourself, yes, you saw His Majesty on the wall and this, and your parents are chatting and these things, but when for yourself did you have that moment where you said, yes, I eat this. I eat Selassie, Empress Menen, me a chad. Sister Tiana, we're going to start with the eye. And I'm going to put you on the spot. I want ones to know, how old is the eye? You're still young enough that you can tell one. But I just want the family to know all our precious gem. Please.
I just turned 23 on August 21st.
Okay, just for context, you know what I mean? Because there is very rare that I have seen in your generation is missing from the reasoning, which is why I wanted to get the I voice. So when you're coming up, vibes cartel around the place, you know what I mean, all kind of influences in Jamaica, where the I lived in particular, in the heart of Kingston. You know what I mean? There's so much temptation. When did the I say, all right, I hate this? And just also let us know who your parents are, and if they were Rastafari, just for the record, so ones know.
the liberty.
Yes, yes, I. So my mom is a Rastafarian, my stepdad, my grandma, uncles, and aunts. So I have family, outside of my close relatives that I live with, I do have other family members that are Rastafari. Starting this journey pretty much, growing up, it was more like the liberty in terms of the way I um see myself, and the things that I actually surround myself with, the things that I gravitate to and I actually fuel myself with. It was because I did grow up in a Rastafari also, but it wasn't based from like the whole knowledge of the teachings and so on. It was more probably like the identity. um we were still engaged, like the cultural and roots was still instilled, the importance of that was still instilled with us day in day out. So we still knew the importance, but it was like, um I wanted to know more, I wanted to know more, I wanted to know more. The only time we had really get that experience outside of, or also that not much teaching was in, was when we would actually go to cultural events. I can remember going to House of Dreads and other functions and so on, hearing radio stations, interacting with Rastafari and so on. So it was coming from a lot of different places, forums and stuff. So it wasn't like I was so much focused on getting it within my space, because we had the choice of actually choosing our lifestyle, what we eat, how we dress, and so on. But we still were actually, still abiding by and just living and, believing and how to actually carry ourselves and stuff that we actually engage in. So, with all the other stuff that is happening in our society today, not so easily influenced, especially with something that's not beneficial to my growth and what I want for myself and the people within my circle, right? Because I mean, everything is crystal clear. Nothing is covered up. It's not like you don't know what's going on.
Yes,
So,
yes.
uh, definitely didn't want to be a part of the other stuff that was happening within my space or within society, the spaces that I actually, visited and take space in.
Yeah, yeah, I touch a very key point in that your parents weren't necessarily imposing Rastafari. They didn't sit you down and say, Haile Selassie's XYZ and Empress Menen and going through the line of King David and this and that. So you didn't get that in the home. It was more cultural.
Yes, yes, I.
And I want to emphasize that because that's not unusual for I and I, because people just live, you know what I mean? They're not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily trying to convert their youths either. Um, so we stick a pin right there. Ras Negus, what was that moment for the I where the I accept? Yes, your father is a legend, Harry Joseph, but the I is a different person.
Mm,
What was that moment?
I, it's not only my father, so also my mother. Because my mother was a Ras from she had 13-year old, So he used to live with the Prophet God and, his Empress. So I man, there was that, I can't even remember a dawning moment because from my barn, it's just this I did know. I never know
Yeah,
nothing else in all
yeah,
truth. So even as a little youth, where I put on a banner, like we say, Wolde have on in banner, it's like no for the little youth to see we and laugh, like, because it wasn't the norm in a Jamaica, like how you say in a 95 when you see the upsurge and the whole thing start happening. So to me, like I would have said like, all right, so when I reach 16 then, the vibration, cause me I play Manning Cup. Me I play big football in a Jamaica National Stadium and
okay.
me have that
What
vibes
school
and
did I attend? Which high
I,
school?
I attend Mona High School.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a uptown vibration and things. So yeah, there was not a dawning moment, but in a 95, when the whole thing and the whole Rasta youth them the thing become a vibration, a sizzler bus, Anthony
Yes.
B up on the scene and all the thing. Wait, do know it give I and I a push as a 12 tribe youth to say, what we are do? Like we born in a this and there was everybody like or some look a bald youth who know around the road. Every man have on them laps, no one. You know, we as a boy, we born as Rasta, we know the fullness. So what we are do? So, you know, in my community called Dreadites, you know, Augustown, it's like me and my brethren them now call Orthodox family, which included Natural Black who came from Guyana, who is now present my brother-in-law still, with married my sister and them get a couple youth well and
Okay.
things. So Natural Black is also my brother-in-law,
Give thanks.
you know.
Thanks,
So
give.
there's a fullness from that time still. And through Iman it born 11 years after 12 tribe was being found. From them time that Iman born 11 years in. So Iman was just always a functioning Rasta youth still from the get-go. And give thanks even this moment right now, this space, for know so we could have hold steadfast. And even the right here, so now, as a Rasta youth, same way, seeing how many have died and passed out and is no more within the faith and all these things. So give thanks. Rastafari.
Give thanks. Ishiwawa. You know, the I come from a legendary family, you know, but that we know doesn't guarantee that the youths them are going to trod within the levity and profess the way that I profess. And what was that moment for the I growing up?
Well, it's a difficult question for me because this is the only way I know. And all right, so I would say I'm born Rasta then, because some people say them sight Rasta. I didn't sight Rasta. I was born Rasta,
Highly.
and it is me. It is my existence. So it's it's hard to say I had an epiphany moment because this is just me. I'm a Rastafari youth. This is just me. This is my life. This is my existence. So all along, my mother even said to me that I'm born with locks, because that's what she tell me. When I came out, she said I had one little curl of hair together, the hair curled together, and she said I was born with locks. So even that in itself, I'm a born Rasta.
Highly.
So we go through different stages in terms of um Nyabingi is my foundation.
Yes,
That is where I grow, see my parents, living the Rastafari way of life
yes,
through
yes.
Nyabingi. So my parents used to even stop me from school to go Nyabingi because we go Nyabingi not for one night, we go for the entire duration.
Highly.
So if we have school, they're going to stop me from school and go to Nyabingi. And
Okay,
it didn't impact my life because we were excelling in school as well.
okay,
So it wasn't like a drawback when they stopped us. And they even they taught us at home as well.
okay.
But as I said, I mean, there are different phases in my life where I have to reflect on Rastafari and I keep going. So it's not like I reach a point where I say, okay, no one been a Rasta no more, or this is not what I want, because I continue, I push on through same way, steadfast.
Highly.
So it's my existence, my being.
Give thanks, give thanks. And we have interviewed her mother, Mama Yvonne, on the platform. So if you haven't seen that interview, one of my favorite, she is like a mother to many. You know what I mean? She adapt every youth where I do positive work. So I have to send love to Mama Yvonne. All right, Jalifa. And please let the ones them know who their parents are and what they mean to Trinidad and Tobago Rastafari community.
Yes, I blessed love. Well, my mother and father, my father is Honorable Priest Ikichi, and my mother name is Empress Adama. My father and mother started treading Rastafari at the age of 18, around them age, so, and them ever tread Rastafari from ever since until now, Me and my well, I have 4 siblings. I have 8 siblings, 4 brothers and 4 sisters. They all trod within the Rastafarian faith from such time until now. Well, all of us was birthed within this way, and was brought up within the faith, living within all principles and divine principles of His Imperial Majesty and Empress Menenai the First and King Emmanuel, laws and commandments, principle and statutes, Exodus chapter 20 and 31, Numbers chapter 6. So I say to myself, I was brought up differently, even though I was brought up within that same stead as a youth, the normal things a youth will go through growing up. You will have fun, you will play and this and that. But I was taught that, Africa is my home and that we are royal people, you know. So my father have a gathering house, which was appointed by King Emmanuel in the late or the no in the early 1980s. So him used to run a gathering house. Him also was on a doctor of theology in the University of the West Indies, because him studied the Bible, a lot. Many other books, but him studied the Bible a lot and who is His Imperial Majesty and so we grew up within a strong cultural and solid background, within the Rastafarian faith. And never to this day I ever cite to myself that I want to be anything different, but shot this way because I see this way as a blessings, From the loins to the womb, I was blessed to trod this way and I will never change this way. I see nothing else greater in this world, but Rastafari. Rastafari is life within itself, So, and I give thanks and praise for this blessed way that I father and I mother grow up within this divine ancient principle, whose gods and goddesses of creation, living within this divine order and holding strong until this time now, And to me, what really hold that to I from such time until now is when you teach a youth when they're young, they will never depart from the ways of the truth. And when you grow older and you analyze it and reflect, as Mama said, you will realize that there is nothing greater than Rastafari and that Rastafari way is the truth. Because right now, when you get sick or anything happen to you, they're going to tell you, go and eat ital. They're going to tell you, stop this, stop that. That is to show you Rastafari's truth. When you look in your history, you go straight back, you'll see Africa, you'll see us, Lux, Rastafari people, laws and principle. So I give thanks to I mother and father because they're very highly respected, not just in Trinidad, but throughout the whole world, because throughout the whole world, and all houses of Rastafari, because we see all houses of Rastafari as one, because in a lot of there's many mansions, So I see myself as 12 tribe, because I am the tribe of Asha. I see myself as Orthodox, which is truth. I see myself as Naya Bingi because I trod the fire order, and and Robo Shanti, first gods and goddess of creation. So I give thanks for this divine way that keep it high and sustain it high, and I will never change. There's nothing greater than Rastafari. Rastafari's life.
Give thanks. And Jalifa is also in our 20s, so these are the things that make our heart full.
No.
Huh? What did I say?
I'm 33.
You're 33?
Sure, look like a teenager.
Okay.
I'm 33.
Baby,
it's the good ital, man. It's the good ital and align with the right vibration,
Yeah, I was in there. Well, I learned something tonight. Cause I learned after 30, you don't ask a woman her age at all. Don't go there. So I learned that.
All right.
You know what I mean? So I try out here to that. Ras Wolde, your experience, was there an epiphany moment or was this from birth?
Well, I get whole heap of time to think about the question and hear, responses. And I'm just here like, whoa, yo, for real, epiphany. Did I ever? Because, to be honest, being born and raised in a Rastafari home where mother and father is Rastafari, as the Empress, them and Rasta, Negus, and everyone shared, is like, this is what Rastafari, repatriation you know, the movement, you know, the faith. I remember when we used to go to meetings, Hope Road, right? And the whole away Avon were banner, but then yet still I would see a Baba Shanti priest walking down either with the broom or without the broom. Them and me I say, yo, in my mind, look at the priest, because then we within the 12 tribes of Israel, the ones and ones had on gowns also, you know, with the banner. So me I say, yo, the priest. So to me, it was a way of life that I took on from a very from our birth. Because to be honest, my parents have planted that seed there from then till now, and I still have planted. So as the sister said, I just give thanks for I personal you know, like, experience, because it is very unique. Where then, yes, there are stages of spiritual maturity, where then, because you are seeking to show yourself approved, you know, because we learn, seek and find the truth for yourself, you know, and hold firm and stand firm. So even within primary school, because the whole of we need Negus, you know, me used to live at Dreadites too. We used to go Hope Valley.
Yes,
And you
sir.
know, Hope Valley, you know, them people ask you what religion, because them know say whole heap of Rasta. And my father used to come up at the school, Marcus Garvey birthday, and present and this and that. So you know, so me is a Rasta youth. So I was always called upon to, in a sense, represent Rastafari. Then, even within, you know, even within a conversation. So I always had to sharpen the skills, and the parents now always gave us that guidance. And even within the 12 tribes of Israel too, it was at a very glorious stage where everyone was just ticking, you know, young parents, and the teachings high, and you know, the gatherings are high. And as the sister said, cultural events, we lived a life of cultural events where that's where we go all the time, you know. So it was like reinforced so much. And then the only thing that I can recall is that growth in even I personally, because I am now 50. And you know, as a second generation youth, I am a reminder to my elders that, yo, you've been trying this for 50 years. So repatriation time. You see me?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah. Me
like,
know it
but
from your baby.
I tell you.
I stick a pin because
Mhm.
I want the item to be transparent with I now. I'm going to ask a very ticklish question. Um, was there a period of rebellion within your trad? Ross Wolde and my brethren, so I'm going off to talk about the dancehall period right now. Because him and my brethren, him can't come out of this question.
Yeah.
So just stick a pin, Ross Wolde, we'll get to the dancehall era.
All right.
But for everyone else, was there a period? Because yes, your parents, you know, youths, that's the nature of youths is I don't want to do what my parents are doing. I want to rebel and find my own identity. What did that look like? You know, because a lot of Rastafari today, you know, they find their youths get to teenagers, and these are most of the items are pre-internet, so it's a different reality right now. My youths, I'm having this struggle with right now. I have two teenagers right now, and this is the struggle. And I mean, is you know, they look at their parents they're doing, they see all these other things. They're not a lot of Rastafari youths. So talk to us, Sister Tiana. Was there a period of rebellion where you kind of, you know, go away from thing and do your own thing, not necessarily following the principles of Rastafari tradition?
Not necessarily, because I was always focused on my own personal growth, development. Um, not wanting to ever work a 9 to 5, but to use my own God given gift and talents to me, actually to share back to my community and the diaspora. So, uh, no,
Okay.
definitely music.
The eye is just growing your locks. We see them a bud up and look beautiful. So the eye didn't grow with locks, or how did the eye have the eye here in terms of, was the eye identifiable as Rastafari walking up and down the street prior to this period?
Yeah, actually, this is my second journey with my locks.
Okay, okay.
Um, when I first locked my hair was around primary school days. When I cut my hair, my twin sister, because I'm a twin, she always had her locks. So they once they see me, they know. Once they see me, they know.
So why did you cut your locks?
Um, I wanted to I wanted to try different styles. I wanted to try different styles. I loved my natural hair, so I always wanted to actually have a little, phase where I just embrace my natural self. Being able to look after my natural hair, self care, all of that. So it was
Afro
definitely
puff and them thing there. Afro puff and them thing there.
my signature style.
Give thanks, give thanks. But at that time, you never stray from the principles. You never had a dancehall phase, popcorn, this and that. You in the dance with a Heineken, buckle, none of that. Never go on. You can be honest, because I want to be very transparent with the audience. If not, that's fine too.
Yeah, I did have times where I, go out and experience, but not necessarily being influenced by
Yeah,
anything that I know I don't want to, be a part
yeah.
of. So it was just definitely, being out there, but I always felt like that space wasn't for me in terms of like the music choices, the different type of people, energy, and so on. So it was just always like, all right, let me try this out. But it's just like always kind of set me right back into alignment. Not wanting to go out of the space that I know I feel comfortably in and I can vibes throughout the whole time there, especially like music wise, because I love music. But if I am not within a space where, the music that I love to listen to, like reggae, a bit of dancehall, because you do have dancehall music where you can still, vibe to because it's a part of our culture just the same.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of answer I was looking for, because I want us to be very real. A lot of youths are struggling with both sides, and we want to show them the door is open wide, and that, even though that life is there, the I still choose, what I mean, to honor that tradition. And I've spoken with the I know the I is much more happy, even treading and doing the work with purpose in this time. So we give thanks for the I, and we have to be vocal about these things. Ras Negosai, did the I
Yes,
have a
sir.
period of rebellion where you were in the dance hall with Jigsy King, cock up your body and ride? Be honest. Early 90s, where was the I?
No, you see, from 17, them I call I the priest from 17, Yeah, the rebellious thing come with I now. Remember,
Okay.
I born in a 12 tribe. So when
Yes.
I reach 17, I go put on a turban. And I
Ah,
walk up and down in a 12 tribe like it's a normal thing. So me never know. So the man them a say it's like a treason because the difference vibes, man. I say, yo, my 12 tribe, I man put on turban and all them things that so my father asked me, we really a deal with yawa. Yeah, Bobo, yeah, Bingi, yawa. So that was more, it was them did see it as rebelliousness from their
yes.
perspective. But I never have no rebellious moment where cause me was like always an old man, like my old before me young. So my friend them a be a elder. Me they be a Asians me them monks. When me reach like when me say me reach 17, me reach a Bobo land. I all have vibes and when me reach 20, me I reach a Ethiopia, the Bobo them come and knock off the 12 tribe gate. What have a visitor over there? And all them things like so my thing was a different kind of thing still, but never rebellious. Me always honor 12 tribe, always honor the movements of Rastafari. You know, so I man got bingy, more time reach a bingy, them I say you have to take off your turban. And you know, it's like we reach a stage in England where them I say, if you want to really forward the bingy, you have to forward in a robe and turban. For sure, say use a bobo shanty.
Yes.
So the whole of the phase they go through until the man them I say right now, it still can't work. You have to free up. Because it's like, yeah, this track all the bingy, man, I look for you and a screw and them supposed to start ya. And all them things there. So that was my journey in terms of the rebellious part. Of people think say I am a rebel trying to oppose a vibration, but I am and was just free still I got through. And so I adapt myself like this everywhere I go in the earth. It's like become an identity, my passport or something still. So I couldn't, you know, I couldn't take it off. When I got one 12 tribe function, I put on my banner as a farmer, respect. And these days, if I go being game, I fly my turban too. Because I just free up and just know, say, Rastafari. I mean, I'm nothing for proof to no one. I just Rastafari, you know?
Give thanks. And that is a parent's dream within the Livity, is that type of rebellion where, you know what I mean, you stay within the righteousness is just a different aspect. You know what I mean? Because we know that the nature of youth is to seek their own identity. Sister Ishiwawa, you know?
Okay, so it's very interesting that you asked that question, because person might look at Mutabaruka and say, okay, him have he's, you know, looking like a strict Rastaman, and very, you know, persons have an image of him and a perception of Mutabaruka. But let me break it. All the persons who thought otherwise, first of all, as you know, Muta is also in the entertainment industry.
Yes.
To honestly, my father has never tried to indoctrinate me in any shape or form. He has never say, you must do this, you must do that, or live this way or live that way. They have created this environment where I am exposed to everything. Well, you know, in the sense that I'm exposed to Rastafari Liberty. We go to reggae shows, Sunsplash, anywhere. So we travel. So it's just like you live what you learn and you learn what you live. So I just, as I said before, take it on to myself. But in terms of, so what the point I'm trying to make is that based on everything, I didn't have strict parents for me to say, okay, because them I say you have to tie up your head and you have to wear a long skirt and you have to do this and you have to do that and you have to eat this way. The environment that was created in my household was just all embracing, to the point that the discipline of what was being taught allowed you not to want to do this or do that. So even though they weren't strict like that, I never eat meat in my life, and I'm half a century as well. So, well, approaching half a century. So I've never eaten meat. Certain things, I've never cut my locks. So certain things, it just come in natural to me. The only thing I can say in terms of rebelliousness, which probably that's not really rebellious, but like, for example, I'll use a simple thing like chewing gum. That is something that my parents never allowed me to eat, chewing gum. And as I reach an adult or in my teen, I started chew gum. Like I wouldn't chew gum around them. But I wasn't doing it like often, because even though it's not really something that I would do, chew gum, but it's something that I wanted to do. I saw a person chewing gum. So I said I need to try chewing gum. So but I didn't go extreme like try other food things. So it shows me the level of discipline that my parents taught me without teaching me. Because they never say you must be disciplined or you must do this or do that. They just do, as I said to you, the way of life just created me in a disciplined way. Discipline to my diet, discipline to my way of life. The other thing that I would say probably is a rebellion. Well, it's not really a rebellion, but I never wear pants until I'm adult, like after I
I
have
was gonna
children.
ask there about the pants. Yes.
So I wore pants in my 20s, and that was like the
Okay.
first time that I was wearing pants. And probably that time I was on my own, living on my own and doing my own thing. But you know, probably that is another thing. And the other thing from an early age, though,
Hmm.
in Nyabingi, you have to wear your tie and those things.
Yes.
I'm totally against wearing my hair covered. I don't know.
Really?
It's just
Totally? Not even sometime?
no. If I'm in a Nyabingi, I wear it.
Give thanks. Give thanks.
No,
So,
I cover my locks at Nyabingi. Or if I'm
oh,
at a Rastafari function, I cover my
yes.
locks.
Give thanks.
But personally, I don't like it. I don't
Oh,
like it.
really?
Right? So much so that I remember I was at a Nyabingi and a little piece of my locks was out. I had on the tide like about 6 years old. I can remember it so clearly. I think it was at the pit for Nyabingi ground.
Okay.
And I was standing up around the fire and my two locks must stick out through the tide and Bunga Eddie. I don't know if you person know Bunga Eddie. I
The
think
fireman. The
yeah,
fireman. Yes.
yes. Say go cover up your tail. It was one piece of something in Nyabingi because my father take him on full fledged in there because I was 6 years old and as I said to you, I never really like covering my head anyway,
Yes, yes.
but I still cover my locks. And then Bonga Eddie said to me, cover your tail. Like it was one piece of something in the Nibing. But if you know my father, say him very rebellious as well too. So
Yes, yes, yes.
it's just that whole thing about exposure and allowing ones to be themselves in a disciplined way without even enforcing discipline.
Yes.
And I must say that I love dancehall music. But even though I'm a Rastafari, I love dancehall, and that's me. So that's just me. I mean, I'm not going to endorse
Yes.
music that is derogatory to women.
Yes. A little wind up sometime. You're not
I
fighting.
mean, I like adult dancehall music is good too, but the
Yes.
ones that are really degrading to women, I'm not about that.
Yes. And
But
there's
as I
clean
said,
dance.
I love
There's
dancehall
clean
music and
dance.
reggae music.
Come on.
So
Lot of
that's just me as me.
I have another question for your follow-up because this is an issue. When I reason with the elder sister, one of the concerns they express is the younger daughters moving away from the long skirts, the head wraps, the tradition that they were holding to show their African pride and heritage. Having traveled to Africa, one of the things that was so enlightening to eyes when you leave the city and you go to the rural Africa. Every woman almost look like a Rastafari, like a Bingi sister. Them wrap up them head, them deal with, what I mean, the long skirts and things. That's just a part of our culture, for true, and I'm specific to Ghana, but I know Tanzania, other places, that's just rural Africa. Do you think we're in a danger if the I generation and the younger sister, I've seen my sister Tiana wear pants too, so the I can also answer this after. Does the I think that if we don't uphold these tradition in terms of that cultural identity for the sister, that we're in danger of losing that aspect or watering down the liberty, or how did the item see that part?
Well, it's definitely a degree. I think it's watering down. Um, because you hard to find what you call the new Rasta sistrings. I mean, some of them dress royal same way, but persons are more free up. I
Yes,
don't know if it's because we're in a different era of existence, the new age, if you want to call it a best for a better term, where
yes,
persons freeing up them identity. They're not restricted by, restricted that the daughter must, dress this way, carry themselves that way, speak this way, or whatever. But I think there is a purpose for that in the whole liberty,
Yes.
in terms of the modesty
Yes.
and how you carry yourself, it
Yes.
is being watered down, but it is there's still a place for it. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not going to go and wear a shorts on the road or dress certain way,
Yes.
but
Yes.
at the same time, I don't always wear dress that is reaching my ankle.
Yes. And I give thanks for your transparency and your honesty and dealing with it. Just because the eye is doing it, you're not necessarily recommending that across the board. You're still acknowledging that these are things, because when you go Ethiopia, same way, you're gonna see that same Rastafari style of dress is how the traditional African, and even in Africa, they're losing that culture, with the modernity and TikTok and social media. This is a global phenomenon. It's not just I and I. How do I see that part there?
But the thing is, I don't know if somebody else wants to talk, but
Yes,
it is a tricky situation, Kwasi, because what you
yes.
find nowadays with Rasta women,
Mm-hmm.
it's a all right. Back in the days, you see a Rasta man and a Rasta woman, and them trod in the trod, and they taught them in unity in terms of where their development in Rastafari.
Right. I
So
like
you'd have
this. I
the
like
man dressed a certain way and the woman dressed a certain way. Nowadays, like not necessarily me, but you'll have a Rasta woman, and if she's looking a Rasta man or a king man, then it is usually somebody who is not necessarily a Rasta man.
Hmm.
So that caused complication in the whole thing as well, in
Yes.
terms of the how, because if the man seems to sometimes be the more dominant person in a relationship.
Yes.
So it will also influence how you dress as well as a woman. But it's a whole heap of factors, I said, in terms of nowadays living, in terms of relationship, because back in the days in 70s and so a Rasta man couldn't have a Rasta woman and she dressed a certain way. That
It's a
that
fact.
that just not
Yeah.
heard of. You couldn't have a Rasta man who will live a Rasta liberty and him sister in living Rasta liberty and she wearing shorts with him, or so going bingy, or when them leave the bingy, that's how them dress. Everybody dressed in a royal way all the time. So as I said, as I agree with you, there's some water down. Um, I'm not really forcing somebody how to dress, but I think
Yes.
there is a place for it, because if you go too extreme, you see what is happening in the society when you go too extreme.
Yes.
The
Yes.
morals and standard decaying, people don't know themselves,
Yeah.
separate from Christianity or Judeo Christianity, but moral decay in the society. So some of the things definitely need to be retained.
Yes. Give thanks. Sister Tiana, I'm gonna go forward to the eye. We're bubbling the sip now, Jalifa, me know say you are all it from time, so but me I come to the eye perspective. Sister Tiana, how do I see it as a young, what I mean, the youngest here, you're in the fashion and culture, you know what I mean? Sometimes you feel like a tight jeans. What's the thought pattern around the thing?
Um, hmm. So with the dressing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with my sister in here. Based on what she had shared, definitely seeing where it is watered down, because in spaces that I go within, seeing some of the Empress, definitely not seeing where the modest dressing and how a Rasta lady should dress and so on. In terms of me, um, wearing jeans and so on, depending on like the occasions and so on, and what being more comfortable in. But I definitely see where it is important, because we don't want to be preaching something and then showing something else to the younger generation to
Amen.
come and so on. So uh, I definitely feel is just based on probably their comfort, what they feel more comfortable in, as I shared, as to why I would wear jeans most of the times, but definitely getting the dress code together as I am about to pursue
Evolving.
my fashion and design.
I
So I'll
love.
be, crafting up and so on.
I do a show on this platform called Lion Love, and I interview Reason with Rastafari Sistren right now, just in terms of the relationship aspect of the trad. And I interviewed a sister, and she said when she dressed in her long skirt and head wrap, the brethren them don't pay her no mind. Them a go after the sexy body girl them, and she feel like she's being ignored. You know what I mean? This is a reality. Some of the sisters, so she says she feel pressure sometime to make the goodie. You know what I mean? Show, so at least if she can try link up with a brethren before she reach her old age. You know what I mean? This is the reality that some of our sisters are facing. There are pressures. I am trying to help to build the Rastafari man standard because I feel like, brethren, we have failed the Rastafari family as the head, you know what I mean, in terms of being able to sustain families within the levity. And this is our responsibility. No nation, you can't rise without accountability. I'm going to ask the brethren after this. But Jalifa, the eye, been holding it within a strict order. What is the eye perspective? What makes I, hold this order? If Jalifa dress code, if you want to see fashion and long skirt, Jalifa thing up right now. Talk to us about the eye thought process.
Well, let me start it off first here. There is no time in my life. I don't know if it's by nature. I'm not trying to look like a robot or better than anyone, but there is never a point in my life that I rebel,
I
you
did.
know, because when I come to know Rastafari, as I said before, there is nothing else greater than this life, you know, and Rastafari way of life is a perpetual covenant, you know, that Jah made with his creation, not just us, but all creation, that we have to serve him within all aspect of royalness, divineness of a true king and queen. Yes, I was brought up within a strict house, because since I'm young, my father and my mother installing in us, this is our God and King, and this is how we should eat and all these things. But there was never like down on us, there was still a space that we can, think for ourselves and choose for ourselves, and we choose Rastafari still,
I did.
because we saw nothing else greater than Rastafari, and from ever since, walking within this order, I know I'm, not living like everybody else, but I don't see myself as unequal, because we're all born free and equal and have the right to make decisions. On Rastafari, life is not to rush someone or try to impose yourself on them, someone have to walk within that way naturally, that heart of align with the mind and the soul, and that is how Rastafari is, because it's life. You can't try to install that in anyone in that kind of way, you know. But I never rebel in no way. I hold I Sabbath strong, from 6 Friday, to Saturday, and not one day I felt like, 'cause let me show you an example. Let me talk here. So a lot of people never really like, they know Jalifa out there this and that, but they never really like see me out there touring and
Yes.
all them type of thing. You know, I reach out to a lot of promoters and a lot of DJs and a lot of people out there, that could get my music out there or to try to get a show for me out there. But the problem is my Sabbath. They have a problem with, I don't have a problem with my Sabbath, because my Sabbath is perpetual, you
Yes.
know, and I cherish this day because that is what sustain I and keep I. And through all the 6 days of work, the 7th day is for me and my creator, for me to align with my creator. And it's that's what give I the energy. That is what give I that joy. And that is what give I that light that I'm shining that the whole world love, my Sabbath.
I did.
And when I'm talking to some of these promoters, I was talking to a promoter the other day, and he was like, Jalifa, you're like the first artist I ever hear talk about you're not traveling on your Sabbath and you're not doing this. I've worked with so many big Rastafarian reggae artists, and them like, yo, them never tell me about that. And I was like, whoa. So there isn't anyone there like paving a way for people like myself within the Rastafarian community in that type of way. You know, I mean to say, yeah, I will pave that for myself because if you want to see a difference, you got to be the difference you want to see. Don't look for that from no one else. You have to be that difference because some of them grow up not like you. And so they mightn't even have that knowledge to know that difference to approach in such a way, you know. But when you're claiming the liberty, you know, you have to walk it. You have to just talk it and feed everybody it and you not eat from the food. You know, so that is how I is. You know, because I'm a reggae dancehall artist. I love dancehall. I love hip hop, you know,
Yes,
right?
sir.
But I still install or I still project the way I live
Yes,
within my
sir.
dancehall, within my reggae, within everything that I do because my music is me, music is life. You know, so to me, Rastafari is perpetual. There's nothing greater than Rastafari. I will always tread this way. I will never try to impose myself on others. Like, you should dress this way because some of the realest Rastafarians I know have ballad
Hmm.
and then I wear pants and then I make the right decision and then I do the right thing. You know,
Okay.
because I see all as your children, you know, and eventually all have to come to him at the end of the day. You know, I could carry you by the stream and tell you drink. It's up to you if you want to drink. I can't force you to drink. But that time will come that you will align with your divine self and your
Yes.
divine creator spiritually. And you know, everything takes time and you will grow within it. You know, but I will never stop wearing my skirt. I don't have a problem with covering my head because some of the reason why I cover my head too, you know, because Rastafari, this image here is identification. You know, so
Okay.
when you see me, you know, I's Rasta. You don't know people like to look at Rasta like, yo, and this and that, but no, gods and goddesses
Mm-hmm.
of creation. This
Right.
is what I represent. This is who I am. You
Yes.
are you. I am me. I'm
I like.
comfortable in who I am. I
Yes.
give thanks and praise for each and everyone because I see everyone as an equal likewise. I just watch the image, but it's the art, you know, just to try the art, you know.
Give
So
thanks.
I give thanks to each and every one word song, you know, and insight and everything. It's very edifying and it's a blessings, you know, to share this moment with the item. But there is never a time, Jalifa Rebel.
This.
And yes, I love reggae and I love dancehall and I insist on others be in certain circles with certain type of crowd. But it's day the righteous of the it's day the light of the where darkness there to make light, you
Yes.
know? So I
And
I I consider everyone, you know, and I love everyone because everyone is God, you know, because God dwelleth in each and every one of us. If you want to see God, you have to look at your brother. If you love God, you have to love your brother and sister.
I lay.
You know, so everything takes time, man. You know, I watch no face. I love the art.
I
How about
want the
you?
eye to know that the Lion Voice Network is built for the eye because I built this network because I don't like to see I and I have to compromise what we're doing to fit into their industry. To get on their
Exactly.
platforms, we can't talk about His Majesty for an hour if we feel like it. You know what I mean? And I know we have so much to say, you know, even beyond that, but you know, where do we go if we just want to be ourselves? That you know what I mean? So that's why I
True.
created this platform so that we can see ourselves. Because sometimes I think we don't even remember the glory that we have. You know, we're so used to it, we take it for granted. You know what I mean? People like myself who didn't grow in it, you know what I mean? We marvel. But even the item, I'm praying that the item testimony will rise up the ones who, you know, have this gift from their born and really need to be taking leadership right now to direct the building of Zion and the next part of this. You know what I mean? The elders have carried us to where we are today. This is a global multi-billion dollar levity in terms of the value to the earth, you know, proven. And we don't control, you know, the wealth of what has been created by the item parents, you know what I mean, and established. So I really want to rise up. Ras Negus are coming with a hard question, you know. So I want that I answer truthfully. Have we as brethren failed to create that kind of safety net for the sister and them for dwell within their fullness of their royal levity? The sister them saying sometimes them have to go to non-Rastafari brethren. I mean, they are growing the movement. They I know probably hundreds of sistren that were 12 tribe and maybe their kingman is not a Rastafari. What as brethren, accountability time. Talk to I, what do I see?
My Empress guy 7 youth, I will raise 10.
Aye.
And me never see she step out herself. However, me have daughters will grow up forward and they never choose a Rasta man. And this is reason why the next generation have to activate. Because a lot of functions now really happen and a lot of fullness now go through. The youth them go to school more than all them they in the house. So you find out so them go to university, them go to colleges, them go all of these places and they are influenced by outside activities. So really and truly, even though you may want to say you want to put a control on the whole thing, it's like from a youth reach a certain age, it's like them choice is still them choice. And through the fullness of Rastafari now, ones I say, and a dreadlocks thing, and a this and a that, everybody start create a narrative about what is Rasta. So it's the reason why you see enough ones are go in a direction. So I really honestly and really and truthfully, not think of the Rasta man feel the Rasta woman. But I think the Rasta woman just make a choice. Yes. She just make a choice because really and truly, like your Empress Jalifa said, she love the art. So if you check for your virgin, as a Rasta woman, you check for your virgin. You're not going to check for your virgin just because he have him long dreadlocks, but him not live up. Or two man wear Wally for red, gold, and green, and all of them things there. You go check for a warrior where militant and a whole of vibes accordingly. So many ones just choose them birds, them partner, according to how the function of them spirit and how them match and how them mesh. So I don't really think it's a letdown from the Rasta man. It's just a earth runnings I got through and one just have them choices and it just a go that way there.
Okay.
I just so I see it still.
We and Ras Sabukie, I see the eye. If the eye can get a light source, but not seeing the eye face. If you can sort out a light source, we bring the eye forward. Why I say that is because as Rastafari brethren, and being transparent, my queen don't necessarily identify herself as Rastafari, righteous queen and thing, and adhere to the liberty, ital, all of these things, but you know what I mean? So I want to be transparent. But do I and I as brethren have a responsibility to at least attempt to deal with, because the sister them are saying, where are the brethren? I'm telling the I as a media outlet that the sister them are saying, where are the brethren?
Unless a brethren want 10 sister.
No, but
all right, Aisha, jump in, go ahead.
It all right. So one of the things where all right, so my parents pretty much side Rasta together. So the two of them side Rasta at the same time. So them balance in the sense that my father know what he's dealing with and my mother know what she's dealing with. So there's a balance. Now, my father and mother only have two girls, right? I'm using my experience and so, but
no, this is teachable.
Two girls. So we born Rasta. So we already in Rastafari liberty.
Yes.
Now, based on our household, my father believe in education, believe in empowerment. My mother believe in female empowerment and everything like that. So based on all of these things, we as a Rasta family, we are going to be exposed to school, because at first my parents never want to send me to Babylon school, and that is one of the weakness within Rastafari. We don't have any educational institution for Rasta children, and that is the biggest weakness. You cannot be raising Rasta children and have them exposed to Babylon Christian schools. It just don't spell sense, and that is one of the reasons, the fundamental reasons why, if you want to call it that, Rastafari movement is a dying movement. I mean, it may be too harsh.
You touch a button there. All right, we're gonna touch it. Stick up in.
But all right, let me get back to my point. But I'm saying
We're gonna
that
return to that point though, because you touched something right there. So, but go ahead, go ahead.
if so, say we are empowered within Rastafari, then
Yes,
now we are exposed to Babylon in the sense of school,
yes,
right?
yes,
We are going to encounter people that you're going to interact with and you're going to expose to them, right? You're
yes.
not exposing to a Rasta youth in the school because all the schools that I went to, I was the first Rasta child there, and I was the only Rasta child in the school.
Where did I go to high school?
I went to Mount Alvernia for a bit. I was the first Rasta child, and that is a Catholic school, a
Yes.
strict Catholic school.
My brother
And I
went to
went to
school
St.
too.
Andrew High School for girls,
Okay.
and that is pretty much a Anglican school. So these
Yes,
are all church schools. These are all Christian schools,
that is it.
right? So it creates a complexity within the balance because now you have a real life and you're being exposed. You go to university where there's a melting pot right there. It is going to be more so, and I'm not the only person that would have been exposed like that.
Yes, that's the majority. I would say that that's the
So
majority experience of
you hardly
Rastafari youth.
find you're the Rasta woman is going to hardly find a Rasta man of the same, what should I say, yoke for a better word,
Yes, talk the things.
that would match to her, right? So it creates an imbalance in the whole thing, and that's why I say it causes a breakdown in the simplest thing as dress, how you eat,
Everything, everything.
everything, because there's no balance with the man and the woman right there to
Yes.
for each person to build each other within the Rastafari. So some of the Rasta men now, where you talk about the letdown, is that yes, you will have a hopeful Rasta youth, and he is within the spirituality of Rastafari. But then you talk about economics, and this is not only an issue within Rastafari.
Black
Talk
man.
about being able to sustain financially a Rasta woman, Rasta children, and so on. So those cause complexity in terms of the balance and the oneness that's supposed to be created between a Rasta man and a Rasta woman. So yes, in some aspect there is a letdown
Mm-hmm.
because I don't believe that the pace at which, well, this is just from my experience, the
Yes.
pace of the Rasta woman is faster than the pace of the Rasta man in the sense of economic development, independence, and so on. Because gone
Hold
are
on.
the days,
Stick up in. Rastafari men, we're competitive, I want you to listen what the sister should say, We are around second. All right, go ahead.
because gone are the days where, yes, my parents teach me to be self-reliant,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So
yes.
farming and so on, even though I don't practice it as much, I still do a little farming at my house, but not in a truest way where I was raised as a child. Rastaman them not deal with that right now. Them not do enough farming. Them not, some of them not working. Most of them involved in music. Most of them are look women were dressed with what do you call it?
Party rider. I'm from
Fake
the
body.
80s. I'm
Them
from
have they have the fake bottom
Pum
and the
Pum
fake
Stars.
breast.
Yes.
They're
Oh,
in the them are
don't
the
say
same
that.
rasta.
Don't say that, Aisha. You gone too far. You say Rasta go for the BBL.
Yes, and drink same rum and boom. The
No,
rasta man them still at rasta
no,
man when they deal with alcohol, I
no.
drink rum and boom, right?
Wow.
The, these things are not all right. Me now, I come from I mean, as we know, because we're on the program, from my lineage of a Rastafari family. Just looking around, we can't just go to a Rasta man when we see a drink rum and boom and not progressive. But
Yeah,
that's that.
it not go
I
work.
couldn't do at least.
Mama Ivan, it
I'm
not go
beyond that right now,
work.
still, because I'm in a relationship with a Rasta man, but I'm beyond that. But that is just how I see it
No,
happening, unfolding. in terms of how the Rasta man let down the Rasta woman or the Rasta man.
I want to put this question in context because I don't want the brethren feel attacked. But these,
No, I'm not
no,
attacking. I'm
no,
not
no.
attacking.
I just want to add something to what the I say. I'm a creative industry attorney. I used to do a law camp every summer. You know what I mean? It was a mock trial camp at Howard University. We had youths from all over the country that want to be attorneys. And it was at and a lot of these youths are the children of judges, lawyers, so you would be dealing with ghetto youths, but also the upper class of Black American society. And it was at this I learned about an institution called Jack and Jill, which is a youth organization for the children of wealthy Black Americans. And they have things like debutante balls and all of these activities they have for the sistren and for the brethren. You know what I mean? And why they do that is because they want their children to marry each other. They're trying to keep that Black American wealth circulated within. So they have institutions set up. And this is why when I ask brethren and say that we failed, because at the end of the day, when a society doesn't have institutions, we can't be blaming the sistren as brethren. You know what I mean? I have to look to my brother and say why we don't have a school, why we don't have a health center, state of the art, why we don't have a construction company. You know what I mean? Why we don't have all of the elements of the Rastafari creed are institutions that need to be developed. And I feel that our generation, I can't blame our elders. Look what they went through, the persecution, the beating. It would be criminal for I and I to look to the elders and say, why them never do it and them do so much. So I think it falls to us now as the adults in the movement to really come together, put down the petty differences, and start to work to build these institutions, because proximity is the biggest predictor of love. You're going to love who you see, who you're around. You know what I mean? And if Rastafari youths are not around other Rastafari youths, as the sisters say, if we had a Rastafari university, many weddings and marriages would come out of that, because you have Rastafari sister and Rastafari brethren studying at a high level. They're going to interact and you're going to get unions. But if we don't have that and we send them to a Babylon school, then they might fall in love with the chemistry youth where them in class with, and he might be dealing with something different, as they say. So this is what I'm talking about in terms of how we conceive ourselves and build for the future. As Wolde, have the brethren failed, or are we doing Ilaful? Sabukie, try log forward in and see if you can sort out the light we want to hear from the eye too.
Yeah, so has the brethrens failed? Well, I mean,
it's failure because I have an episode on failure. I know we don't like that word, is triggering, but I'm using that because I try to wake up I and I, because I have some strong viewpoint. But how do I feel?
Well, me never get for going on my rebel side still, so
oh yes.
let that go, right? But then no, as far as the failure side,
yeah.
There are many parts to that question, right? Yeah, many different answers, many angles I can take, because I wouldn't use the word fail, but
okay,
I would say yes, come up short because of influences and the word that this history used, complexities.
Okay.
Is many parts to it as I see. But then there's one thing I learned from my father. My father said to me, a union man. You understand? So irregardless of what the outcome is, you as a man have to be responsible, because you played a role towards that particular outcome. Now, the influences are many, and you know, as to even tie it into the different phases, because even myself, you know, I grew up as a 12 tribe youth, and 12 years my hair never cut. And then I couldn't wait till I reach 12 for go cut my hair for go experience a fade, you know, and get the fade and live out couple years of going through all of that where Jerry curl in at the top and all type of thing. You know, it's just like,
Michael Jackson.
yeah, me never go full Michael still, you know.
Mhm.
But I had, you know, the guy, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I was, you know, that was my rebellious side. You know, just because I was allowed to, because again I grew up within the 12 tribe of Israel, where within even the Rastafari movement, 12 tribe thing is a little bit more lax than certain standards held by Naya Bingi and Bobo Shanti as far as alcohol and party and meat and certain things, right? So
Yes, yes.
all of those are things I then grew up, and you know, I became the Rasta man that I am now, where all of those things, you know, I don't drink, you understand. I don't finally I am a full vegan, where I can use the word ital fully, you know, but these were by choice
Mhm.
over time. So I think even the Rasta man developing, especially for there were, I use the term spiritual maturity, where different phases. Because I remember even like lately, me them amongst the Bingios, you know, and Rasa Quasi them and Ras Carlton and Ras Iris and thing is a message is a total different tribe from what I grew up in within, you know, 12 tribes. So you know, the influence sort of made me a little bit more that soldier then, where even within, you know, the relations that you know I had at that time of our growth, it was beer war. Cause me ask her, where you going at that? Change that. It can't work. Fire. You know, just
That's
like the
when you were
political.
dating our beautiful model sister.
Yes. So
Yes,
you know, I had
internationally
moments,
renowned.
I didn't know.
This brethren is being humble. Hold on, let me talk your business. This brethren was one of the top dancehall promoters in the DMV, Washington D.C. Area. He brought DJ Khaled to the first big dance. DJ Khaled. He had Wally King sound, Cable
Mm-hmm.
Time, this artist, that artist, Wally Kings. You know what I mean? When you hear the name,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? He had that. The daughters them a line up. Who is this tall Ras? You know what I mean? And you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah. So when we talk about the brethren, and he was in all these dance halls as the promoter, so we
Mm-hmm.
know what that entail, and we see the
Mhm.
evolution, which is even partly why I know his father and his mother before I know the brethren, because we were chatting Naya Bingi in college militancy. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
brother Carl come through sometime and play the kete, and cause Sam Brown is brother Carl teacher too. So brother Carl have that love for the Ayabingi and him come in. That's how I know brother Carl and brother Roy McPherson, as well as my two teachers within the Liberty in terms of the family aspect. And then now I would see Rasul every now and then flash here and there, and you know what I mean, around the place. But it's over time now we become close as brothers. So um, and I think it's very important that we emphasize that Rastafari, because sometimes people look at it as this mystical, unattainable levity, and we have to let them know we are human beings. You can see the range, and that's why I love having Jalifa, which is representing one side, and then we have the whole spectrum, going up to that in terms of and the Ras Negus side, because the eye them a live that strict, Bobo Shanti order, which is among, one of the most strict in terms of the liberty. And then we have the range in between, but everyone I say Rastafari, everyone is here on the unity. And we are the adults. I want to find out from the item. We're almost gone 2 hours so fast, but I want to find out from the item what is the vision moving forward, because I think too we don't spend enough time talking about what we want to see and how we're going to build it. A lot of times we're talking about what the elders have done or what they haven't done. We're talking about some of the challenges, but that vision. We do something on my platform. I want to go through a thought exercise. I'm going to wire $20 billion into each of your bank accounts, theoretically. And I want the item to give I a vision with $20 billion. So money is not an obstacle, it's not a challenge. What would Rastafari look like for the item? What would you want to see? What would you want to build? Sister Tiana, looking at your WhatsApp, at 20 billion in there, What is that?
Definitely what I want to see, in the future of Rastafari to come. Definitely more youth involvement, um, global recognition and respect, as you know. It's like there is like a deeper acknowledgement and appreciation as it relates to the whole global recognition and respect of Rastafari as a legitimate spiritual movement with historicals. So, and also cultural expressions. Um, definitely, as Sister had spoke earlier on, where there is no like institution for like Rastafari knowledge and liberty as it relates to the youths can feel more comfortable within that space. So definitely to like focus on that, having some little community spaces where we can start within that and having the youths involved. So yeah.
Give thanks for that. Ras Negus, I want you to go Western UPI and pick up $20 billion. I send you 20 billion Ras Negus. What is the eye building with this Western Union pick up when we just send the eye?
15 machine, but I'll go through this.
The next 5 bolt way.
Yeah, but you know what I do? I man personally would I really start a scholarship program.
Yes.
Scholarship program for excellence within Rasta youths. All the Rasta youth them are doing excellent within the Babylon institutions. We create a scholarship program for them. And we take them out and we put them in an institution where we are training them for our purposes. Based upon the fact that we are lacking in that enhancement of education. We have individuals who are really educated, but they really can't do much. Because most of them really have to really man their family, their immediate family. But if we have a collective, and the collective is for a certain purpose, and this is going to take a lot of money. Because when you come on to scholarship program and fee, it's going to go year in, year out and all these things. So really and truly, the money they done alone, pan that alone, just to really build the next generation coming forward. So, and a scholarship program, if you start, I'm going to go through it still.
And I would recommend you come talk to us, because we can put that in an endowment, and we use the interest off of that to fund the scholarship, so that money can generate for Ivor more,
Yes, sir.
So, but me give thanks for that. Sister Ishiwawa, I want you to look at your MoneyGram account. 20 billion just land. What is
Well, it's only 15, I see, first of all.
okay, you too?
In a short thing and go
Man,
on.
kind
That's my
But
of 35 minutes. Shoot.
as I said, one of the first things that I would be thinking about is education.
Yes.
Putting that school in place that our Rasta youth can have a good education, quality education, and be themselves, free up themselves. That's one of the things. The next thing, in terms of wealth creation,
Yes.
economic development of the Rasta family and Rasta male. You know that the Rasta man, as we've been speaking, have a lot of things to unpack. The marginalization in society, can't find mainstream jobs, can't get them business off the ground. So that is the other thing. Focusing on economic wealth with the Rasta family. Starting businesses. So just like how you have a development bank,
Yes.
you have a fund for only Rasta businesses, indigenous business that can achieve true wealth generation for the Rasta family. Right? The other thing, as I said, the unpacking of the years of trauma that the Rasta man has faced. That
Serious.
is something that caused a lot of problems in even centralization and organization of Rastafari mansions. A lot of the Rastaman and woman, to an extent, facing a lot of psychological trauma
Yes.
from marginalization of just being a Rasta. Right? That is something that must be some attention need to place on that. Through, I mean, counseling, whatever the situation to change the one life. That is some of the resources would be spent on that.
I love that.
So education, wealth creation, and unpacking of the trauma. And the final thing is the taking care of the elders.
Aye,
We don't take care of the rest of the elders. I mean, some persons do it, and we do it, but we really need to do it. So we just like how you'd have a nursing home or something,
yes.
we need to put something in place to take care. You can't have a Rasta elder reach a point where him have to drink ensure and other things to keep him live while him elder, and him never live that type of lifestyle the whole time. He might eat white rice, somewhere. Somebody will help him out, and he might eat white rice and chicken to keep him sustained when him never live that way there. When him buried, them bury him in a Catholic church or a regular church. So we need to do all of that to keep the community going. Education, wealth creation, unpacking the trauma, and taking care of the elders. So that's what I would use my money to do.
Give thanks. Jalifa, I'm wiring the money to your management. Me now go around the thing. Jalifa. Your management, I get this 20 million. What is the move?
Well, to me, everything will go straight into education and not just the regular education, but the education of us, who we are as a people, and our liberty, because a lot of these things are not taught out there in these schools, about where we come from is a rich lineage, of royalty and all these things. We're getting the Western teaching. So, as Mama said before, education is where I'll put that, everything, all in
Everything.
all, because it
Wow.
is very important. That is generate the true generational wealth
So from
is knowledge.
kindergarten to university to med
Yes, yeah,
schools to dental
straight up.
school to engineering.
Yeah, trading schools, trading schools where one could come and learn a program or something, and learn a trade or some kind of thing, you know, something that have to do with our growth as a people, because everybody know of their history, they know their self, but what about us? Who we are and what we stand for, you know. So that's why we have to give thanks to someone like Marcus Garvey,
Yes.
self-reliance and self-governance, and these are the things that need to be instilled in now and the generation to come, which is the knowledge of who we are, and what we stand for, because the elders on them done their job, This is why we're here now talking about all of this here. So
Yes.
it's us to carry it on and preserve it to the next generation, and the next generation after will carry that pearl, you know? So that is the aim, knowledge.
Give
Knowledge is
thanks.
key.
Give
Yeah.
thanks, Jalifa. Wally Kings, you don't know. Me I come drop off a 20 billion at your gates. Me have two brings truck when me are driving now.
Boy, boy, my brother, me give thanks first and foremost, cause long time me I wait for it, right? Because the vision, they say where there's no vision, the people perish, and I was not going to perish without utilizing the vision. So, 20 billion is an excessive large amount. So my entrepreneurial mind start to bubble. One of the vision is the one of the tenants is repatriation. So when we talk about repatriation, we know that 20 billion because US you give me, so that 20 billion there in Africa, a whole heap of money. Me really turning a trillionaire. So I can go and build one, buy up a portion to land and build cities, right? Meaning a Rastafari city that will have all of the infrastructures necessary for our Rastafari nation to come in and have a sustainable life.
So you're talking solar panel, rooftop gardens. What we are talking about?
Brother, single family homes with
All
half an acre each.
Okay.
Ones and ones can have a garden and still have
What about a
space to
pond
build.
with some fish in there? A pond and some koi fish and some
Me say all of
over the
it
pond.
because we're talking about nation building, right?
All right.
So then everything needed to sustain the Rastafari families and then that is one.
What
City
about the
planning,
urban
city
agriculture? All
building,
the gardens
community
them look.
development,
All right.
food security, farms,
All right.
building out industries so that this money can remain within the community. So we're going to help fund small businesses, and we're going to help train others. We're gonna have the infrastructure, the schools, the hospitals, and so forth. Because remember, now 20 billion, you didn't give me 20 million. You give me 20 billion. So yeah, money can stretch. So you really have my brain working because I'm gonna check so make sure the money did in on my boss card. We don't no more talking,
Yeah. All right. Sabukie. They are just joining I. We're here doing a thought exercise because I don't feel that as Rastafari we talk about the future enough. I think our generation, yes, the past, but we have to start putting our mind, word, soul, and power to what we want to see, and then how we can work toward achieving this for the next generation. Ras Tafari is special to I because he is in the garrison community. A lot of things that people talk about they want to do, urban agriculture, in war zone, talk to warring factions, put down the gun, we're going to paint up the place, make the place nice. The works that Life Yard there has done is part of the vision I see for Africa, transforming ghettos to gardens, garrisons to gardens, slums to gardens. And this is a brethren who live that reality. We talk about it off the line. I'm going to send you a Western Union right now, Ras Tafari, at 20 billion I'm sending for the heights. Long time I want to support the Southside community, everything where they are do. What is the future for Rastafari look like?
Blessed love everyone. Blessed love everyone. Give thanks everyone in the house. Love in the house. Boy, my brother, you kind of make me all nervous with all them money there, Me have to go check out my front gate and see if all police and Babylon out there. Something you don't know when we get them amount of money there as Rasta people, a problem, you know.
Yes,
I arrest tax people. So me have to, as well the sister them and brother said them have to check for them on and make sure it's there. And the actual 20 billion US come across. You understand?
Yes, I. Yes, I.
Yeah. So just momentarily. Just give me a few.
Okay. So you need some time for meds on that. In the meantime, because we talk to everyone, just introduce the I self and life yard and the works that the I do, so one can know who the I is, what it was like for the I growing up as Rastafari in the garrison community, because that's a different aspect that other ones will identify with within the global space, because they're living a similar life. Because one thing, you're uptown or you're working class, but the I know what it's like when war break out, when people that you know and care about lose their life, you know what I mean, and you still have to hold this levity. Just give the people a synopsis of the I Chad, you know.
Yes, sir. Blessed loved ones and ones again, worldwide, all of my people. You know, we love you, Jah love, you know. The earth is the law and the fullness thereof for my people. And my people is the one that bear the scorn and the same one that plant the corn, you know. So, yeah. You know, in the quote unquote, Dongle Heap, what them would have call it, the garrison, the Rata Castle. You understand me? As would I say, some would have said, nothing never come good from Nazareth yet, you know, as the good book would say. And what Nazareth is really like, you know what I mean? It's a city that was created by, you know, the upstairs, the downpressers of that time until this time. So, Lifeyard is a community-based organization, social enterprise that's function within the Rastafari overview and icicle of what we deal with, which in that we cover majority of the principles and principles of the mansions within each and every mansion. So we give ISIS to each and every mansion and each and every kings of the ancient them were laid before us and tried to tread. So Lifeyard itself, with the help of our members, the co-founders, myself, Shane Morgan, you know what I mean, and a few of our members, Tiana herself, which is, you know, our concurrent new member as well, you know, and stabilizing the arm, the strong arm, which is the feminine. And I understand me? Because black man and we as a people, we as men could never be here without the woman. So the King of Kings, the Lords of Lords, the conquering Lion, the tribe of Judah could not be here without Yashima Bet. Side?
Isis.
So we give thanks to the fullness of, as I said, the principles and the principles that has been laid before us. See, I and I was grown by a Rasta man and a Rasta woman. But you know have lock still, but you're a Rasta in her heart. See, you understand? Yeah, so I and I was born from that specific portal. You know what I mean? So I have to give Isis to my mother. And I have to represent her to the fullest because, you know, my father never want me come turn no gunman or any other thing where would I be. That is not of him, but to become greater. As what the saying say, greater David, greater son. So living in the slums with over 19 brothers and sisters, plus sisters. You know what I mean? Not just one household, but various households. Knowing the type of person my father is as a Rastaman. So growing collectively with over 19 siblings, it was, you know, a norm for all of us. Even going to school, quote unquote, Babylon school, you know, Roman Catholic school, and being the first youth in our school where I have a name like Rasim, that is my middle name. And then people got hear my name Sabukie and them and say, but wait, you're Rasta, but you don't have locks. You see me?
Okay.
Yeah, so that kind of shook them more time and them and say, yo, but you're Rasta, you not eat this and you eat this and, you know, first and foremost, when I go to school, my mother never used to make me eat from all the canteen and them things. She there in her room now. She hear me. No proof. You understand me? So we as Rasta people, we not practice we eat from people. You know what I mean? Whether or not if a chicken you eat or whatever it is. So that are the first king people way my queen, the government to make sure say yo, the goodie was always fed by I and I own family or caregivers. You understand me? So as I said, growing up with over 19 siblings, brothers plus sisters, it was a norm, and the stature of my father was, you know, as to who can attest to him and know him here back home in Jamaica land, you know what I mean? Not many Rasta mansions or Rasta, you know, prolific ones really can attest to I and I lineage in terms of, let me be straight and frank. My father wouldn't be the favored among many Rasta mansions or Rasta elders because of the route he chose in terms of securing his own family and maintaining his community within the principle of Rastafari and the governance of Rastafari. So as I mentioned first, you know, going through places, schools, primary schools, infant school that were actually Roman Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
At home being engineered and knowledgeable and versed of what my culture is and what my identity is, being even surrounding a Christian foreground, because that is what we are most of us grew up here with, you know, the old Christian knowledge and bringing forward that, you know, full set of what that is, and then having the knowledge of what Rastafari mean now, growing up as a youth. Meaning so that I wasn't attached to Rastafari in terms of, oh, I was mind blown at first, and you know what I mean? I would not lie. Until losing my father, that really create a more yearning to learn more of what the principle of Rastafari, you know, upholded, you know, as a man, as a king, as a Desamach, as Rastafari, you know what I mean? And all the titles. So I trod through, as I said, all the mansions, Bobo, Naya being the 12 tribe, I uphold the principles and the principles of all these mansions within the fullness of I meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Treading through, yes,
No, go continue. I want the eye seal up because the eye sip is very key to the whole puzzle that we're trying to put together here. So I want the ones them here, the eye fullness, you know.
Yes, so not to stray from the point either.
Yes.
This is why Lifeyard itself was developed or created by Shane Morgan and myself and the rest of our members, because we saw our community through the spectacles of Ethiopia. You know what I mean? Meaning that we had a numerous set of youngsters within our community at that time when Lifeyard actually started, who were citing Rastafari and looking at the community from a broader spectrum and not for what it really upholds in terms of the stigma that is within Parade Gardens, aka Southside. You understand? So, which was and which still is unknown to many as a volatile community. But to us, you know, it's our paradise, it's our ghetto paradise, where everything really happens, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent. You know what I mean? Which love is found within the midst of all of that, and even upholding the principles of Rastafari. Meaning that we say merge the energy, merge the earth. And with merging with the energies that surround us, we merge with the earth itself, and that's how we created backyard farming, and we realized, oh, all these principles and principles that were taught by the ancient them before us, Marcus Garvey, you name it, Kwame Nkrumah, you name it, His Imperial Majesty, Her Imperial Majesty herself. So these principles were really decoded in our own way as youths at the time, some without locks, some with locks, as I said. And it really reinforced and embodied what some would see now today as the first eco village or the first Rastafari organization of its kind within the city. That really gave the city murals, backyard farming, community tourism, in such a volatile area, and we actually stress the point of urban farming as much as possible to utilize what we have, as the saying goes, use your hand make fashion, or our next one, every mickle make a muckle. So within Rastafari, all of those principles are relatively cognizant with self-reliance. You understand? So as I said, each and every one of us as youths at the time decoded what was to be done, or what was that calling. You understand me? So we had like ones like Danija Taylor himself, who was a JCDC writer, who was the leading, should I say, facilitator for our creative writing programs, which we developed over 42 stories, not yet published, but we have created these stories from the lives of these youngsters, which they have actually lived within the community and experienced, as a sister that mentioned, the trauma. So
yes.
we try to decode.
Stick up in. Does I know Ishiwawa, Sister Ishiwawa?
Familiar with the queenly, but with I call now the fullness said.
The item needs to connect. The is familiar with Life Yard, Sister Ishiwawa?
I heard about it, but I've never visited and interface directly.
I don't think he heard. What? Tell him what the eye does professionally, so that he can just be aware.
I know that he works with SDC, Social Development Commission, right? I know he interacts with them in the Kingston area.
Okay.
Definitely.
What does the eye do, Sister Ishiwawa?
Okay, so our mandate is community development, and we work with communities, civil society organizations. We do local economic development support. We do sports for community development. We do research, community research. So I know they work with the SDC in Kingston.
Oh, so the eye doesn't work with Kingston. You're island wide, or?
No, my area of focus is Portmore, Portmore in St. Catherine.
Okay. But definitely, I'm glad the item can link, because even just conceptually, I know Life Yard, the item apply for different grants and things. This is one of the reasons that we are creating these platforms, so that our professionals can connect and we can benefit from the knowledge in the different areas, because again, we are the adults now. None of us are young people anymore. You know what I mean? So we can now network and make things happen with the connection.
I'm an elder, Kwasi.
You're elder. No, you have to reach 60. You look like a teenager. Don't do me that. Don't do me that. Even when you say your age, Sister Aisha, I'm shocked, because me never know, say, I was close to 50, you know what I mean? I thought
you use the word older.
Yes,
mature. Not even the elder, but older than.
yes. You're my big sister. That's all. But me never know. All right. So Ras Sabukie, we're gonna be sealing up. I want to be respectful of everyone's time, so I want to give everyone a chance. If you can think about what I would do with the 20 billion. If you can, I want it forward. I want you to
All
sing
right.
it.
Remember, you know,
Talking
everyone.
about
How much are we there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, including the eye, right? That
it.
are 7. So we know say the item comprise of some vital points. See, in the hero either I have a pot, you know, so the item can just throw the cookie in there and we just follow brother Wolde and carry go over Africa side and quadruple about the side almost sound.
All right, sir.
we love that.
All right then.
Together.
Yeah, let's get it together.
Yeah,
Collective security for surety.
yeah, man.
See? Yeah,
Perfect.
and then guess what now? The 7 pillars, just like the actual creed. As we made a show, as we said here about the creed and made a reason about the creed. So the pillar, the creed actually holds the pillars of the great institution that would carry us as a people, as Rastafari and as even Africans and even as indigenous ones. So if we look keenly on the creed, the Ethiopian creed and what it represents,
Yes.
there are a plethora of institutions that can be formalized and be utilized to sustain, maintain, and to actually create framework to globalize I mission, I fraction, I vanity and worthfulness. You understand me? So devices again to I brothers and sisters. Loving the house, peace within thy policies all the time. Rastafari.
And to be clear, you're talking about the hungry fed, the naked clothed, the sick nourished, the aged protected, the infants cared
Yes,
for,
sir.
ignorant
And that
instructed.
is why I mentioned my own stuff, because it was based on the creed. So
Yes.
Isla, sister. Isla.
Give
Love
thanks.
that.
We are the
Yeah.
change that we want to see. I want everyone to leave with this feeling. I want us to leave empowered. We have work to do. This is just to spark the reasoning, but we are the change that we want to see. I'm going to give everyone a chance to just give a final sound. I want to thank the panel. For the people who are watching live, let us know where you're watching from in the chat. If you're not subscribed to the platform, this is the fastest growing Rastafari platform on the planet. We are going to hit 5,000 subscribers by next strong. We are our number one market is Kenya. All of my Kenya family, I want you to drop a Kenyan flag in the comment section. Jamaica is number 2. Drop a comment in the comment section. I want the Lion Pride check in. I feel lonely when I don't get the comments then. Please, family. I don't want just see numbers that jump. Next thing me think say a computer and Elon Musk are ramp with me thing. I want to know say a real thing me I deal with, the real people. Watch and peep. Lion Pride, big up yourself, same way. The peepers them you don't know. But we want to see the real Lion Pride. Please just comment. Let us know if you have any final sounds or questions for the panelists. Now is the time. If you're watching live, 36 of us are on here live. Hundreds more will watch the replay. Drop a comment. Become part of the Action Lion Pride. Make we build a community here. We have work to do, and this is the platform that's going to capture the work. Sister Tiana, we're coming to the eye, the youngest member of the panel, the future, so bright with the eye. Give us a final sound and then also give us your social media, how we can support the eye works. Lion Pride, you know how we deal with it round here. If people come here, we want you to spend money with them. Don't just watch the people them and wipe them out dry. We not support that. We want to circulate the Rastafari Pan-African dollar. Everyone is doing different works. Entrepreneur, let us create that culture around us. We love freeness too much. And that is not part of it. You know what I mean? We will pay Starbucks, we pay all kind of companies and thing, and we don't feel no weird. But when we see we brother or we sister have something, we are look on them and we are peep on them and we are talk, rate it, we don't want to support it. Make we change that culture. We are the change that we want to see. Sister Tiana, talk to I, final sound. How do we contact? How does the audience support the eye uprising?
So the item can reach I on Instagram at loveandlight_Jamaica. That's my brand. Remember to follow Lifeyard on Instagram and Empress Circle.
Any final sounds for the young sisters who are thinking about Rastafari, but they say, boy, them look poor. Them man, they don't look like, them have nothing can give me. I want the bag or the bag. Me hear about the bag and them Rasta don't look like them have the bag. What you that tell a young sister in Jamaica? She said, cartel just come a road. I don't know. What if you do? Tiana, talk to me. Give the young sister in your category a sound of strength.
Okay, so I just want to leave this with the younger sister that your purpose is your priority.
Short and sweet. I love it. I love it. Ras Negosai, big artist, son of a legend. Talk to us about the final sound that I have for the family, voice of the second generation. What is the sound to the global Rastafari Pan-African family, and then also how can the people support the eye? How can they spend money with the eye?
Rastafari. Yes, I give thanks again for the moment. What a joy. Yeah. The sound where I'm under give out, especially to the youth them in our generation, we have the strength we can really lead the nation with, most of we got through a lot of vibration already. So we reach at the stage now where we're fit enough, can do a lot of things. First, I think man have to find forward themselves in terms of man have to turn back to far right, to the fullness. I mean, in a highly reverence to far right and start act upon the fullness of what far right tell what I and I for do. In terms of the majesty, say education develop the intellect, and the intellect distinguish man from other creatures. It is education that harness man to move himself to higher learning. So man for stop idle, stop waste time. Man for realize that Africa is still a reality. The Rastaman foundation reason and the thing where I'm set is a reality. And the reality is being acted upon by other people. Meaning that our culture, the vulture, them running upon it, and they are doing things that we are talking about. There's a company in England called Transeal. They sell everything for Rasta. Rasta belt, Rasta clothes, Rasta hat, Rasta flag, Rasta everything. And Rasta have a whole heap of reasoning. We have a whole heap of conference. We need to cut off of the conference now and go in at the doings. I'm a reach Ethiopia when I'm at 22. I build my house in Africa, I put my wall around it and my gate and everything. And when I'm done, I'm look around. Me not see none of my Rasta bridging them when I grew up with them Rasta sister in them. It's like me start feeling lonely. Me have to come back in the West to come empower back my bridging and my sister in them. Hence the reason why we have the next generation global at the 12th tribe of Israel, because of peer educated youth, which is out there working for the system in corporate America, corporate England, corporate Canada, and all these things. And if we not do something about it to mobilize back the youth of born out of the Rastaman lines, we're just going to be here talking again for the next 20, 30, 40 years.
Who own that company that sell all of the Rastafari things?
It's called Transeal.
Chinese.
Chinese.
Chinese. Okay, I just want the I be clear because I don't know if people understand this multi-billion-dollar culture that we have. We don't have a piece of it right now. I just want to be clear.
Yes, sir.
Ishiwawa, final sound. How can the I them reach the I or support the I or any cause that the I deem worthy?
So I just want to encourage the Rasta youths out there to hold fast. As I said before, the Rastafari liberty is a way of life, and it helps you in every sphere of your life, whether just how you deal with people, how you carry yourself, how you outlook on life. Just want to I would show it to the third generation. I just want persons to listen to Young Muta, upcoming artist, which is my son, Young Muta. And also we do vegetables. We sell them in the supermarkets in Kingston.
Okay.
And you can look out under the brand Ashanti. Yeah. Ashanti vegetarian vegetables. You can find it in most supermarkets. So just to hold fast and I appreciate love the gathering online here, and I definitely will be linking up with some of the ones here, the sistrins particularly, because you hardly, it's lonely sometimes. So I give thanks for the opportunity, Kwasi, and
Yes.
just to encourage the youth, same speed and more life. Give thanks.
I want to add the eye to a WhatsApp group. We have the Association of Rastafari Creatives WhatsApp group where we have a lot of professionals in the creative industry. I want to add the eye with your permission, Sister Aishi. We can do that? All right, beautiful, beautiful. We'll add the eye. We're networking in there and we're building. So Jalifa, final sounds, how the item can support them. If you haven't seen Jalifa music, if you don't know Jalifa, you're missing out. She have the roughest voice and the most feminine attitude. I know that's how I know say you're gonna be a star, Jalifa, because you're different. Nobody no sound like Jalifa. Nobody no carry themselves like and fashion. I saw the award show with the ribbon them and the thing them and me say, yeah. These are the things where we would make the young daughter them wear the royal clothes because you modernize the Asiancy, you know what I mean? And we know the daughters them like fashion because my daughter is one of them, when you come on to fashion. That's the only thing make her wear the long dress them. She love the African long dress and the pretty design them. So we have to really get on top of the fashion piece because that's a opportunity that I think we're missing, multi-million-dollar. We can catch the young people with some royal African fashion. All right, Jalifa, just let us know. Also, make sure you listen to Wise Queens of my song that All right, done. Tell them, Jalifa, final sounds and how they can support the eye and spend money with the eye.
Ras Tafari. Well, first and foremost, I just want to say it's a pleasure and it's a blessing to be among so much beautiful souls and angel of Rastafari. It was so edifying, and I give thanks for the strength and the empowerment to go through and do Rastafari works within the music and all aspect, and shine the light. And my last few words is that we already got the vision from Marcus Garvey. We already got the vision from His Imperial Majesty and Empress Menenai and King Emmanuel and Bongo Watto. More time. We could go on. They already gave us the blueprint. So it's for us to preserve this ancient order from generation to generation within its purest state. And we have to start by example. Not just talk the thing or sing the thing. We have to walk the thing. So when the youths them see it, to them will walk it too. We have to shine the light, in this dark time, because these are the last days. You see how the world are gone. So we have to be that light. And I give thanks for this unity, because this is our greatest asset, of nation building, because we could never do it alone. We need each other. The body, the head can't just work alone. You need the hands, you need the foot, it need the heart, you need the shoulders. Everything plays a part and work in our one unit, in our togetherness, in one accord. So that is what we need forevermore, and we will build as a people and build as a united Africa, you know, in our one. So I just give thanks for this opportunity, and I give thanks to be in the presence of each and every one. It's a blessing. You could find Jalifa on IG, Facebook, YouTube at Jalifa Official or Jalifa. Give thanks and praise. Holy Emmanuel, I King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Give thanks for this ancient order, and forever keep up this ancient order for the youths them to trod, because them I look on it.
Yeah,
Them I
man.
look on it. Sometimes then I really study what you say. It's more what you're doing. So we have to be the example and shine our light as Rastafari people, godly people, divine people, are peculiar people. So give thanks and praise.
We,
Emmanuel,
the Lion Voice Network is going to be pushing the eye to the four corners of the creation. Like I said, I think even just listening to the eye and the concern about the Sabbath and working, we have to create our own music ecosystem, my brother. Ras Wolde,
definitely.
you're listening as a promoter too. we have to create our own. I feel we don't even need to think about merge with for them thing. We need to just start from scratch. We need our own venues, our own booking, our own everything, our own record labels. Rastafari need to create these. The creative industry is our biggest export as a nation. If Rastafari is a nation, our biggest export is the creative industry. We need to, from seed to table, we need to create that infrastructure. And I can tell the item in 10 years we're in a different space. You know what I mean? Millions of dollars generated if we correct. You know, we can't look at what has not been done. We just have to put in place. And 1.3 billion people on the African continent, that's our market. If you're wondering where our market is for our music and culture. You see, my audience is growing fast because Africa are tuning in. You know what I mean? That is the natural, that is the people who want to see what we have. And it's time now to build that bridge so that we can, you know what I mean, break down the bars and the borders. And this is the platform that is doing it, along with our other brethren and sisters. Big up iYard Radio, big up Ija Star, big up Honorable Priest Isaac, big up Honorable Priest Kalesh, big up CG Chapel, Ras Kip Ezekiel out of Ethiopia, Ras Negus, I have a YouTube channel. We have Wally ones, you know what I mean, within the media space, Rastafari media space, and we are going to be working together to bring the unity there so that we create our own ecosystem for our artists, for our creatives, for our small businesses can advertise, and we have an audience that wants Rastafari things that we control that is not going through a third party. I'm long-winded in our family, so I have to stop myself by my own show. All right, Ras Wolde. Talk to us last final sound. Sabukie, I'm gonna make the eye seal it. Final sounds, all ones can support the eye. We didn't even talk about Next Generation Global and the big event where the item do in New York, where the whole world of 12 tribe are talk about, and you know what I mean. So we're gonna have to set a next live just to talk about that. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I'm a brother, you know, and Ras Negus, I'm a new brother. So we are gonna bring them forward on the NGG. We're gonna do something just on what the 12 tribe is doing as a proof of concept in terms of how we can reactivate the second generation. But just give us your final sound and how you can support the eye.
All right, final sounds, boy. First things first, give thanks for the Lion Voice Network. Give thanks for Lion Talk. Give thanks for my brother and his work that he has been doing, and I'm doing it well. I give thanks for this platform so that we can be here talking Rastafari and you know what we would like to see and what we would like to do within the future within the works of Rastafari. But is many sounds that I want to share because I don't think we have even started the show yet. To be honest, I feel like half of the time I'm quiet, sit down and listen. So it's like I'm ready for talk, right? But one thing for Rastafari, you know, we have to know that our network is our net worth, right? One of our greatest resource is I and I, the people, right? And as I said, as second generation and third and fourth generation, we have been given the opportunity to go out there and gain skill sets, knowledge, experiences, and so forth that are requirements for nation building, right? So even though I have just met 4 more of my 3 sisters and a brother, because I and Negus connect, the spirit connect from Dreadites till even right now, NGG and Fired Up, and myself and Ras Kwazi, the same thing. Whole heap of works from Jamaica Music Conference to Association of Rastafari Creatives to Rastafari Mansions and organizations to the other companies that I have registered. I'm a brethren as under the lawyer hat assisted me with those things. So together we can accomplish so much more. So this is just opening up the the um um the boys to just show us a look. We don't have to look too far. You know?
And stick up in, did you know that Sister Ishiwawa parents grew up with your parents, them a chat together? Did they?
Yes, I've been to his house in Baltimore. Him don't know that.
All right. I remember the sister Ishiwawa. No, honestly, no, it just ding. Oh my goodness. Oh. All right. Greetings, sis. Greetings, sis. Yeah, man, because it is many reasonings, and as him said, the parents are connected. Cause is from that age, 16, 17, coming up and same way. But our greatest resource is I, and we must realize that and tap into the resource, and because as Rastafari once functioning and treading, our way of life and our spirit will connect when that time is right. Like right now. We have connected and we have a whole heap of work to do. And I believe we are going to accomplish much because remember, Marcus Messiah Garvey, the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey, reached 5 million people without the internet, without social media. So I have no excuse. we should be reaching billions as the brethren referred to. So let us continue to reason, build together because there's a lot of work to be done, and it is going to take like minds like I, who is willing and ready to do and carry out Rastafari work. So for these few words, I give thanks, and again, give thanks to everyone present, give thanks to the ones in the audience, and give thanks again. Lion voice, lion talk.
Give thanks.
Rastafari.
And Ras Wolde is a graphic design artist. He did our new logo. I'm so excited to share the new Lion Voice logo. My thing turn up right now, Me I tell you, I them say the thing is so up. And I'm a brother. You know what I mean? We never go out a road outside of Rastafari. We have the talents within I. It's so powerful. The RMO, Rastafari Mansion and Organization website, the brethren does website design, from Jamaica Music Conference days, the flyers, everything. This brethren is he's the greatest flyer designer in Rastafari. Me said that, and I want a man challenge that. Yeah, I want a man come challenge that. Me said that, Me ready to take on that controversy there. Ras Wolde have it right now. All right, enough of that. Sabukie. This great historic gathering. This one have to reach over 1,000 views. Me I tell you, this one special.
Yeah, man, like everyone in the house, love in the house, peace within the house, man. Love within all the policies for an bridging and company and seeing. Yeah, man, it's all good and all pleasant to see all of this, And we can commend the eye fireball for always bring ones together in a timely fullness so we can share and sharpen the iron, the word the timing and off the worldly timing. So we give thanks to my brethren, my sisters, and even the viewers of the precedents that we all are setting going forward. You understand me? As sister say, we can't stop the trad. You know what I mean? As brother say, Marcus, do it without, the internet, as Negus I say, but for press on. no matter what, you know what I mean? And remove all boundaries, as Tiana said. You have to just find them purpose and live it purposefully. Right? So, Lion Vice. So that's the Almighty.
Tell the people how they can support the eye. How can the people support the eye, find the eye?
Well, you know, as brother said, them reach out to Marcus Garvey without the internet, you know, so them have to reach out to Lion Vice, Lifeya, Jalifa, Tiana, Ras Wolde, Ishiwawa, Ras Negus, and Sabukie, with or without the internet. So, without further ado, you can reach out to us as Lifeyard, you understand me, and Black Revelation Music. So,
yes, big producer.
Yeah, man. We just humble with it, my father, man. We just humble with it because
forward, and I have a special.
How many stars, you know? As I say, Rust, the RAS in a fireball. You know what I mean? Yes, yeah, man. You have a T night, so remember, so every Rasta is a star, and that star is not falling. So we have to keep the precedence up. See, no more talk, but the people have to just live up. See? Yeah, because guess what? Who now watch? Them willing for pine finger, who now willing for pine finger, willing for go do too. So guess what? Just do things.
Yes, sir.
We're there.
Sabukie send me a rhythm. I have a rotted piece of tune on it. Make me get ready for send him in. I don't even know what I get ready.
Jalifa, me hear your song, them man from Medicine, man. Big brother done put me in tune already, so. Yeah, man, Ras Negus coming at you, forwarding at you. Young Moot and we connect up, mama, so no worry yourself. Young Moot and I connect already on a musical leverage. So we give thanks. We give thanks to the platform for everyone can share it. So again, Lion Vibes.
Aye. And I want them sister Trinidad and Jamaica link up and no fight, no broke out. I just love her eyes because we have mashed down all of these.
Right, but you're dead, star.
No worries. I just want the people to know so we are kicked down tribalism around here. Lion Voice, we talk to Rastafari straight across the Caribbean and the African continent. One Rastafari, we say. And the item know how we think go. The time has come for the Lions to tell our own story. And this is the Lion Voice. Ilai, Selassie the first, King Rasta.
I Jalifa said that.
Yeah, David Dread of Phillpotts, and I'm saying hail to Lion Voice because it's time that the lion have its voice, have its own story. Says I'm stepping out here. Hear me now. Yeah, the lion's voice. Raw.
Lion Voice. Well, Lion Voice, tell them that's the people first choice. Lion Voice, make the lioness them feel nice. Lion Voice, with the lion cubs we sacrifice. Lion Voice, got to show the people them the life. Lion Voice. Well, from to us a son was born and a child was given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. And his name shall be called the Wonderful Counselor, Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Them call him Ras Tafari. When he was born, rain fall from the sky. Them call him Ras Tafari. When he was grown in airplanes he fly. They call him Ras Tafari. Lion break the chain, weep not, don't cry. Them call him Ras Tafari. Read the Revelation chapter 5 verse 5. Then born near the city of Harar, the inspiration for Bob Marley's guitar. People crowd him like some big superstar. It no matter if England or Cote d'Ivoire, no matter if you're brown or black like a tar. Haile Selassie say fi end all tribal war. A time fi gather Mount Zion, fi drive solar car from the car straight to Zanzibar. Who we are, the sons of Mr. Tafari. When he was born, rain fall from the sky.
The year is 1892, and the land of Ethiopia has been experiencing 4 years of terrible famine and drought. They call it the Kikuken, or the evil days. At least 1/3 of the human population and 90% of the cattle have died. The hyenas have feasted on so many carcasses that they have become overweight and barely able to move. Just when the people could take no more of the evil days, a woman named Wasiro Yeshimabet is giving birth in a place called Erjersa Gora. This is her 9th attempt to bring forth new life. Her previous 8 attempts only resulted in death. Will this child live? Thankfully, a healthy baby boy is born. His first cries are drowned by thunder and lightning flashes across the night sky. The heavens open up and torrential rain starts to fall. Ethiopia's drought is over, and the baby boy is given the name Tafari, meaning one to be feared or respected. Lich Tafari's father, Ras Tafari, is a very important man in 1892 Ethiopia. Although he is overjoyed at the birth of his newborn son, he cannot spend much time with him. Ras Tafari is the governor of Harar and must get back to the famous walled city to deal with its affairs. Furthermore, he is the foreign minister of Ethiopia, and having traveled to different places in Europe, he is very aware of the material and military advances they have made and the looming threats they pose to his country. Ras Tafari knows that the majority of Ethiopians have no idea what is coming, and that he has to work that much harder to secure the realm. Lich Tafari would grow up to become the legendary emperor, Haile Selassie I. To understand his journey, we must first understand the Ethiopia that he was inheriting, and what it was like when he was born in 1892. Get your copy of Kwesi Bansu's book, Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1, The Rise of the Priestly Warrior Kings, and increase your knowledge about the history, politics, and culture of Ethiopia in 1892, and how it connects to the rest of African and world history at the time. Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1 is available for purchase at www.bookmanexpress.pub. Please visit for more information.
Break the chain, beat not, don't.